our lives revolve around science. From the cars we drive, to the food we eat, to even the Xbox games that we play. So, whether you go and donate time or donate money there, you're helping produce new exhibits for future people to enjoy. I have, you guys can sit back because I have a show for you. Gotta find a good one though. That's it. Thank you. This is called a flute. No, it's called a straw horn. And according to the encyclopedia, sound is just vibration. So I'll give you a brief overview on how this works. When you blow through the straw, it vibrates the tips, sending vibrations or sound waves through it. Now, the longer the straw is, the slower the vibrations are when they exit. This creates a lower pitch. Needless to say, the shorter the straw is, the higher the pitch is when the sound waves exit. This next one, let me just get real quick. This next one's called a Bernoulli blower. And ironically, not that any of you guys care, it more closely follows the Choadna law. So what's going to happen is an airstream is going to come out of this pipe, and the air will swirl around the ball, pushing equally on all sides. And this holds it in the center of the airstream. So if you can go ahead. This is gonna be loud. Now this is where it gets interesting. Oh. In a second, this is going to get interesting, because when you tilt it, the ball will stay in the middle of the airstream until the force of gravity is greater than the force of the air swirling around it. So that's that. Now, grab this next one real quick. This is Jake. All right, so you guys, this more closely follows the Bernoulli effect. Actually, hold right here, would you? Now, air's going to blow out of this thing at over 50 miles per hour. So, if I put this up to it and let go, what's going to happen? There you go. That's the right answer. That's not what's going to happen, but if everything did what we expected it to do, it wouldn't be interesting. So in this case, the wrong answer is the right one. Plug it in. So you can see it's hovering there. It's like upside down air hockey. All right. Now what's happening is it didn't all of a sudden start to suck, just so you know. The air's getting forced through the top of the little space in between the pipe and this little board, and the air's moving so fast it creates a low pressure zone, also known as magic. And that's what holds it up there. All right, let me take that away. So when I was 9 years old, I lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they have a science museum, like the Discovery Center. It's called Explora. I can still remember the day that I went there with my parents, and actually some of the exhibits they had. They had a bicycle. When you pedaled it, it was hooked to a generator, and it would power a small TV on the handlebars, which as a kid that didn't get to have a TV in his room, I thought was so cool. And you'll never guess what I got for Christmas that year, a generator. But not like a big Honda gas-powered one. I just got a little hand crank one. And my parents bought me a science book that had hundreds of science experiments in it. It became kind of a tradition. Every Sunday after church, I'd get to flip through the book and find one I wanted to do and spend the remaining afternoon building it. One time I actually built a battery out of lemon juice, pennies, and foil. And it actually lit up a little LED light. Now, before I had gone to Explore or the Science Museum, I hated school. And I didn't really like science. All I wanted to do was hang out with my friends and do what any 9-year-old boy who didn't have a Nintendo would do. But after I went to the Science Museum, I still hated school, but I loved science. So that Ichu is going to tell some of the future plans that Discovery Center has. Ichu.
Okay, since Discovery Center of Idaho has celebrated has been Boise State area for past 20 years, but they also wish they can do so for many more years. Alex Lundberg decided at 2008, every 6 to 8 months, they will run further of the Inside House project with reference to keep the visitor coming back. Also, Woody, who is interviewing, is paid for us. The next project is working on the music, the sounds, and the vibration. The staff member, they have more ideas. They want their hopes to see happen in someday. So Discovery of Center of Idaho, they work closely with other programs. The most one is the engineering major students in the Boise State University. The Boise State University engineering students, they teach the summer classes in the and there's a good example for teach the kids. And if they funding and the opportunity, the Discovery Center of Idaho, they will work more program with other groups. Okay, and they also, as a lot of the non-profit organizations groups, they also wish they have the large and advanced home to fit their program. The large home and the advanced home, that means the more exhibit and more people explore them. So consider the Discovery Center, the impact they has. We can see the future. We can see it will play the important role in the future. So Jay will review the important information for us.
All right, to conclude, it is important to know, or to our community, or that our community comprehends and appreciates the Discovery Center of Idaho and its benefits to each of us. Now that we have looked at the history, the effects it has on learning, the education, and a few exhibits and future ideas, it is clear that the Discovery Center is a unique organization worthy of our donations and time. We urge you to make the most effort to volunteer or even just visit the center. Knowing we have such a future in science should be incentive enough to visit. If you give to your community, it gives back. Who knows what impact you will have on the Discovery Center or even the young minds of our future. You might be able to inspire the next Thomas Edison or even Einstein.